Good morning, guys. It's move out day, move in day, and move out day. We're moving out of this place, moving into the new place. And I'm so anxious. I'm so nervous. I feel like I personally have done a lot. Like, I hired movers this time around. I've normally always moved by myself, but this time I hired movers. They should be here any minute. And I feel like I have already done so much. Like, I can't even imagine not having movers because I would have to do so much more. But I loaded up my truck this morning with my bedding and pillows and couch pillows because I don't want the movers, musty, dusty, crusty hands to touch them. Sorry, no offense. Like all the dirt and stuff. And of course I could wash the pillows, but they're clean. I just washed them. So I'm pretty nervous, excited. Also, the weather is horrible. Please, Lord, do not let it rain. That would absolutely suck. I don't want my stuff to get wet. I think we would have to just reschedule the move out day, move in day, because it's not like there's coverings outside. Like, you're walking from the building, loading up the truck, and all of my stuff will get wet. Like, absolutely not. Like, my couch, my TV, can't have that happen. So I would have to reschedule the day. It looks horrible outside, but I'm praying that it doesn't rain. I checked the weather and it says it's not going to rain until this evening, and it's 9 a.m. So what's going on? This is gonna be a last final walkthrough. Let me show you guys my room. Since I took the bed and I wrapped it up with plastic wrap so it doesn't get dirty, as well as the bed frame. But this used to be my room. It looks so just empty, and it's so sad. So all of this stuff I'm gonna have them take everything, and I don't think, obviously I've said so many times, I don't think all of this is going to fit. All of my furniture and all of these boxes, it's a 15-foot truck. So I haven't loaded up the bed of my truck because I don't want to do extra work. I'm going to just see what fits in their vehicle, and then if need be, I will load up my truck or have them load it up, or they could come back to do another round. I mean, we technically didn't talk about how many trips. It's just a flat rate. So who knows, maybe they'll be so nice to come back and do another trip. I found these guys on Facebook, like a Facebook page they posted, and they just started their business. So they gave me a flat quote. Most movers give you an hourly rate. I did not find a rate for less than $600, which is absolutely crazy. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm moving literally 10 miles away to another 1-bedroom apartment. I'm not paying $600. Like, for that, I will go up and down the stairs as many times as I need. Like, it'll suck, but I'm not gonna pay that. So these guys are literally half the price. Update, guys. So it is now 10:30. The movies are supposed to be here at 9 o'clock, and they told me that they were stuck in traffic, and then they also had a problem with the U-Haul. So it has been an hour and a half past the time they're supposed to be here. I'm just really annoyed because originally on the phone they told me 9:30. Then they quoted me 9 to 10 a.m. Then they said, oh, it'll be more like 9 a.m. And then he texted me yesterday, just so you know, it's 9 to 10 a.m. And then this morning they told me 10 a.m. And then they told me 10:20. Then they told me we're running 15 minutes late. So 10:20 plus 15, 10:35. Like, I'm annoyed, and I have every right to be. So I hope that they get here soon, because it's not like I can just sit on my couch. I don't have a couch. I have nothing in my apartment. I can't comfortably sit there. So I'm like in the office right now, just hanging out. Okay, the movers actually showed up, and they came at 10:35, like they said. And I feel so anxious because I'm not there watching them pack and I'll load everything. Just let them handle and do what they're doing, and I'll check in maybe in like an hour, and we'll see. They said everything's gonna fit in the truck. They said they're gonna make it fit. That's what they do. So fingers crossed, everything will fit. You don't have to be so anxious. I can relax. I've had the absolute worst experience with these movers. I cannot even believe the unprofessionalism. It's been several days since moving in. I'm all settled in now, but let me tell you, I never been taken advantage of like the way that they took advantage of me. I first agreed upon a flat rate. So I found these guys on Facebook Marketplace. They agreed upon a flat rate and they emphasized they're a new company, they're Black owned, they're Christians, and they're just trying to grow and build their business based off of reviews, and they're really just wanting, good client reviews. So they were making affordable rates. So I was just thinking, okay, like they're just giving me a good rate because they want me to basically leave a good review. And I did like a consultation over the phone. I called them, we went over inventory. I told them everything that I had, all the items in my apartment. I said it's a 1-bedroom apartment. It's on the second floor. It's on the second floor. It's right by an elevator, and I'm moving into a condo also on the second floor with its own private staircase. I have a garage on my bottom floor, and then through the garage you go up the stairs. It's my own private stairs to the second floor of the condo. And I emphasize no elevator, just your own private stairwell. And somehow this all got miscommunicated, and it was just very unprofessional on their end to not keep track of their clients. And he should have had notes and wrote all this down. So when they showed up to the apartment at 10:35, because they were so late, an hour and a half, almost 2 hours late from the original time that they told me, they showed up before even like moving or anything. We did a walkthrough of my apartment. I showed them everything that I had, and I showed them my treadmill, which also happened to be another issue later. They saw that, they said, okay, everything looks good. The one guy puts a paper in my face, a clipboard and pen, and tells me to sign here. He's like, oh, it's just a waiver, I don't even read over it because he literally has the page flipped for me to sign. My signature doesn't allow me to like flip it over. He has it just flipped and he's holding it like this in front of my face. So I just sign it. And it was just some little paper that they made up on Canva, not like a real actual formal document. These guys tried to charge me almost double the price of what we originally set upon. And I felt like they took advantage of me. They saw me in a very nice apartment with a very nice vehicle with a lot of things. And when we got to the condo, so they loaded everything up from my apartment and everything was fine. Like they saw my treadmill, they saw everything. And then when they got to the condo, they tried to charge me an extra fee for my treadmill and also for the condo being on the second floor and not having an elevator, so having to go up the stairs, which I originally told him over the phone, but it just got lost in communication. They forgot about that, which is not my fault. Like that's not professional at all. You should have taken notes. You should have written this down. You can't just go back on your word. If you're charging someone a flat rate, you have to honor that flat rate. There was nothing mentioned with fines or fees or additional charges, nothing whatsoever. If that was the case, the fee that they were trying to charge me, I would have gotten and ordered a professional, like, moving company that actually knows what they're doing, because these guys tried to charge me an additional fee. And on top of that, like they were late. On top of that, they missed the exit they didn't want to follow me because we were both driving separate back to the new condo. I was driving in my truck and they're in the moving vehicle, the U-Haul. And I asked, like, do you guys want to follow me there? And they're like, oh no, like we have the address, we'll meet you there. Like you're going straight there, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm going straight there. Like, yeah, we'll follow you. So because they didn't follow me, they missed the freaking exit, had to get off at the next exit. This is going and taking time away from the move. And they're originally supposed to be there at 9. They told me it's a 2-hour job. Like they didn't leave until almost 5 p.m. because they were an hour and a half late. They missed the exit, and it's their fault for not taking notes. And somehow, I don't know how that communication got lost of not realizing that my condo didn't have an elevator no idea. And then they tried to charge me extra for the elevator, I guess because it's more time, but it's more convenient. You don't have to carry stuff up and down the stairs. Yeah, you got to wait for the elevator, but you can load everything in the elevator and take it out. And apparently they wanted to charge me an extra fee for that. And then the stairs, they wanted to charge me an extra fee. And then they wanted to charge me an extra fee for my treadmill. And the guy goes, I told him, I was like, I told you I have a treadmill. And he said, oh, I thought you had like a little walking pad or something like that. That's not a treadmill. A treadmill is a treadmill. A walking pad is a walking pad. So I had the worst experience with this moving company. I would not recommend them whatsoever. And I've never ever felt so taken advantage of, like, because I feel like, I mean, I do have nice things. I don't flaunt it around, but like, I am a single woman. I did live in a nice place. I do have a nice vehicle. I have a lot of things. I felt like on that drive, when they were driving from the apartment community to the condo, they were literally thinking and planning something in their head. How can we charge her extra to get more money? Because they misquoted themselves, like they undersold themselves. I know that the job was worth so much more than what they were charging me for, and I was going to generously tip them, and I felt so offended because they tried to add all these fees. Honey, I was already gonna tip you the amount of money and fees they were trying to charge me. I was already gonna tip you. And I just don't think it's right as a business to, like, if you agree upon something, it's a flat rate, honor that rate, or be more transparent about it when you're making these bookings with your clients, like with your customers. And I just, like, I was already so stressed about moving in itself, having to move by myself, which I basically did because when they got to the condo, they were such in a rush because they realized, like, oh, like, we were supposed to be here only 2 hours and it's been 5 hours, and they had another client after that, so they were rushing everything. They didn't even ask me how I wanted everything arranged in my condo. They literally just put everything upstairs. Like, thank God they put the bed in the bedroom, but the couch, they didn't even have the couch how I wanted it. So I still had to move everything myself. I had to position my couch and put it where I wanted it. I had to carry my TVs upstairs. Half of the things they left in the garage, so I still had to carry boxes upstairs. So it's like I literally hired someone to load up a truck and drive it here, when that was the easiest part. Like, I could have done that myself. And I was already so stressed about moving and having to do it all on my own, and still having to do it all on my own because they didn't do much of anything. And I don't know, have you guys ever been in that situation where you've been taken advantage of like that? And if so, like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to leave a review on their Facebook page just so other people could be aware of, like, their business practices, like of them trying to charge extra fees when you agreed upon a specific price. And I just don't think it's right for people to not know about the horrible experience that I experienced if they're going to be working with that company. I think they should have kind of like a heads up. But also, I was just kind of fearful, and even fearful to be making this video because they know where I live, like they helped me move, but I got security cameras all over. I got one on my front door, I got one on my garage, and we're good, we're safe. But I don't know, I just had the worst experience, and I'm already like so stressed. It's been like a while and I'm like all settled in, everything's good, I moved in, and I'm good now. We're peaceful. But yeah, I'm so glad that I'm finally settled in and we have moved everything in. We just finished unpacking the last of one of my boxes and getting rid of everything. I felt like I was literally living in like a construction zone for so long because I still had things in boxes, but we're all settled in, we're all moved in. And yeah, guys, I will update you next week. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.